Our film begins with a woman who is sitting alone in an empty house, and she is about to give birth to your child, and she prefers to scream until her child is born. But she decides to kill the child and brings the scissors and brings him close to her. But she retreats at the end of the scene and hugs the child and decides to call her Carrie, and we go to the time when Carrie has grown up and she will stay at school and be a shy and introverted girl who does not have a problem. And Carrie is still in training with her colleagues, and she comes to her ball and she is supposed to throw it, but she was nervous and threw it at her colleague by mistake, and they all preferred to rub me and finish the exercise. She prefers to call out to her colleagues, but they make fun of her, and her colleague looks at her mobile phone and takes a video, and she enters the school, which is her name. But Kareem refuses to admit to her colleagues, so the manager tells her that they should contact her mother and tell her what happened. But she refuses. She starts getting angry, and suddenly, the cold air breaks the water for no reason, and they all go into action, and after a while, Carrie's mother comes to take her. She leaves her, and a child comes to Carrie, who annoys her, so she gets angry and looks at him while she is teasing, so the child falls off the wheel and is afraid of and runs. After that, Carrie enters the house and sees her mother, who throws Rasha in the wall and prays to God that he cures her daughter, so Carrie enters and tells her that she is not sick, so she asks for healing and tells her mother says that what she has is a reason and a curse from God for all women. So Carrie starts out of her mother's ideas that she understands the whole religion wrong. Carrie and her mother are from what happened and they don't understand anything, and we go to the market of your classmate again at school, who will be a base with her lover and says she is annoyed with herself for what they did to Carrie at school, so he suggests that she apologize to her the first time she sees her, and at the same time, Krish will be with her lover. She gets out of her midst and comes to school for a second day, and she is surprised that everyone stares at her and laughs at her and hates it all. You don't know that her video was uploaded on the internet, and we go to the sports class and she tells the students that their graduation ceremony is close. But after what they did to their colleague Carrie yesterday and after the video they uploaded, she decided that she would punish them, and the punishment would be that she would let them all run in the playground, and whoever gets tired and stands will be deprived of attending the graduation party. Her share after that, and she enters the bathroom, and she will be harassed by her coworkers, and she looks at the mirror while she is intolerant, so she breaks the mirror and falls to the ground. Karen understands that she has a superpower, and that she knows how to move anything with her eyes, and she goes to my neighbor to the library, and she prefers to read about supernatural powers, and then she goes back to her class and comes to me for another day. It is her right to prevent him from the graduation party and that she does not have evidence of his daughter's religion in any way. So the school asks Chris for her phone to show a video of Carrie to Krish's father, but Krish is not satisfied with giving it to her, and she walks and leaves them and returns to her friends and suffocates with what she tells her that she was supposed to support her and refuses to continue running because of the rest the girls do as they are. So Missy Garden would not punish any of them, but she responds to her and tells her that they deserve to be punished. They did it in a curry, so Krish laughs at her and tells her that she understood her well and that she is not doing all this because of Cree. Nor is it difficult for me, as she says, but she does this because she is not. I want to miss the graduation party from what? So you let her go shopping and walk, and at the same time, Sook's mother goes to the sewing shop to get her daughter's graduation dress, and there she will be a mother outside working, and she puts down the dress and apologizes to her mother. What the girls did with her daughter at school, and she thanked her for making the dress, and we went to Carrie while she was sitting in her room, and she began to practice her supernatural powers, and she prefers to move around in the books and in her bed until she feels her mother moving and looks at her. She tells her mother anything about what she has, and we go back to the market where she goes to her boyfriend to practice and ask him to take Carrie to the graduation party. And this is because she still feels stingy about Carrie and wants to fix her mistake, but she refuses and tells her that he wants to go to the party with her. For the second day at school, he goes to Tamia to meet and tells her that he is going to her soon enough and asks her to go to the graduation party together, so she runs to leave him, but Tommy goes after her and asks her about the one who annoyed her. It is better about her, so Tom tells her that he is really attached to her, but she does not want to attend the party. That's why he is coming to ask her, and he also tells her that he is not coming to laugh at her and there is no need, so she goes to my neighbor's change room. She is dressed and prefers to yell and be blocked. She enters and asks her if any of the girls will be exposed to her again. She tells her that she is going to the graduation party. She also tells her that she is sure that they will bring something for her, because there is no special thing that any boy might like, so the school takes her and stops in front of the mirror and tells her that she is a girl. She is beautiful and kind and a lot of people love her, and that she has a little makeup at the party, a nice dress, she will be very chic, and then she goes to school to meet, and she tells them that if they were planning something bad for Kareem, she would not leave them. But the school also doesn't believe them, and Carrie goes to her house and finds Tommy waiting in front of the house and tells him that it won't work for her to come here again. So Tommy tells her that he is coming to convince her to go to the party with him. So Carrie asks him about the reason why he is doing this with her, and Tommy responds to her telling her that he himself goes out together and he is sure that they will have a nice time together and agree, and they say that she should come home at 10:30 and Carrie is happy. And this is because this will be the first time for her to go out with a boy, and she goes running to buy a fabric for her dress. She goes to her house and her mother is waiting for her and upsets her that she is late. So Carrie apologizes to her and tells her that she was bringing a dress for the prom, and tells her that there is a nice guy who asked her to go to the party with him. But she refuses her mother and tells her that all the guys are insulting to them. For sure they will harass her, so she is intolerant of running and tells her that not all people wretched, as she does not think that she is very kind, and asks her to let her go to the party with the boy, so that she insults her coworkers who are not like them, and they stop telling her that she is a strange girl. So she refuses her mother and tells her that she will not allow her to leave the house, and she is mad at her mother, and the furniture of the house begins to move from its place, and she is afraid for his mother and says her daughter, she is definitely possessed by the devil. So she responds to her neighbor and tells her that she has a supernatural power that is worn, and that she has read in books about many people like her. Then she raises her mother's curry with her hands and threatens her and tells her that she will go to the party even if she does not agree. The one who separates her dress for herself, and at the same time she becomes chairs, and the rest of their group come up with a plan for Carrie to take revenge on her. And this is because she was the reason why he was prevented from attending the party, and she went to Krish, and her owners are on a pig farm, and they slaughter a pig from them and put its blood in a bucket and hang it in the hall where the party will take place, and it comes on the day of the graduation party, and Carrie begins to prepare. So her mother enters her and tells her that if she takes off the dress and calls the young man, she apologizes to him. You can forgive her for everything she did with her, and she prefers her mother to make moves a stranger hits herself. So Carrie tells her that no matter what she does, she will not listen to her words, and she asks her to believe that this young man will not dress her as she thinks, and Carrie goes down to go out to Tommy, who will be waiting for her in front of the house. But her mother runs after him and threatens her that she says to Tommy that she was pregnant by mistake from her lover without them being married, and that the one who has this is a curse for sure because of their mistake, so Carrie has to be imprisoned. In Oda I shan't TQLC anything to Tommy. Then you go out to meet Tommy. And they arrive at a party and you will be nervous again. But Tommy promises her that she will be simplified, and Tommy calms her down and sends a message to his girlfriend above and tells her that everything is going as she wants. And he misses her and then goes back to the curry. And Tommy asks her to dance with him. She says that she never danced before. But Tommy takes her and teaches her how to dance. He tells her that his friends will go out for dinner outside after the party and asks her to go with him. So, Carrie agrees, and then the competition for the most beautiful two people tied to the party begins, and Carrie is afraid when she knows that they are among the candidates, unlike Tommy, who is happy and tells her that if they win, they will come out and dance with each other in front of all the people, and a girl will come and throw the ballot papers, and this girl will be honest with Chris Burke, who is equipped, and this because she wants Carrie to win so that she can get on the stage and be able to carry out their plans and turn the bucket on her. Billet says his girlfriend Creation, what they are doing is a crime, and if they hold on, she will leave her, and she sends a message to the top telling her that she is taking revenge on Carrie for what she did, so she runs her car market for a party. In order to save Carrie from what they will do, Yu and Carrie won the title of the best two at the party, and they go out to be generous and reach the wall of the party. But the school thinks that she is coming to annoy Carrie, so she looks at her outside, and Chris Jardel throws blood on Carrie, whose dress is sagging, and at the same time her video plays on the screens and people prefer to laugh at me, and then the bucket falls on Tommy's head and he dies all the time. Carrie grieves that she lost the boy who was doing it well, so she decides to take revenge on them and uses her magic power and shuts down everything. The janitor of the place begins to fly them with her hand, and there is panic in the hall, and people are screaming and they do not know how to get out of the place, and the hater kills all those who participated in Chris' plan, and then she leaves the place and goes behind Chris and between those who fled in Arabic and hits her leg on the ground. So he divides the street in half and Laura returns in Arabic to Laura to trample Carrie, but she suddenly stops him in her hand and stumbles and dies. but Krish prefers Aisha and raises the Arabic curry in her hand and throws it towards the petrol station. She cries because of what happened to her, and then she goes out and finds her mother in front of her and hugs her that she did not hear her words and tells her that they laughed at her at the party as her mother said to her. So her mother responds to her and tells her that it was a time when her mother wanted to kill her, and this is because she knew that she was coming as a result of a mistake and she was afraid of punishment, may God bless her. But she couldn't do this with her daughter, so she tries to silence her mother and tells her that she does not want to hear this, and her mother hugs her and she has a knife and stabs Carrie in the back, and she tries again to escape from her, but her mother insists that she kills her. So Carrie raises her hand and stops her mother using her superpowers and gathers around her all the knives that are in the house and throws them at her, and then regrets and returns running the knives to her mother. But her mother dies and at the same time goes to the market at Carrie's house. She tells her that she is coming to console her and help her, and the house begins to fall. So she tries to see that she is leaving the house again, but she is devastated by her mother's death, and she refuses that she is leaving, and Carrie uses her hand and goes to the market outside the house so that she does not pretend and tells her that she is pregnant with a girl. So she suffers badly because she didn't even know that she would pull a wall out of the house and the house would fall on Carrie and she would die. And after a while, we see a market and she is going to visit the grave of Carrie, her friendship, and then she blooms, the operation room blooms, and she will give birth to her daughter, but the birth will be very difficult and she prefers to scream until something strange happens. And it is that the fetus comes out and holds his hand and prefers a screaming sound and then excels in her house, and her mother is next to her and she started to transgress her, and we know that this was a nightmare and that she is captivated by her friendship Carrie, and that the date of the birth of Bean is still not at all.